Gentlemen, and welcome to this meeting in public of the Board of NHS England. Before I formally open the meeting, perhaps I might make some preliminary comments. The first is to say that this is something we established right from the beginning, this commitment to holding our meetings under the public gaze. So I'd particularly like this morning to welcome those members of the public who've joined us here in Leeds. But as you know, also the entire meeting will be live webcast, and viewing figures, I think, are rising rapidly across the country for this event. But you know, it's absolutely critical, I believe, that the population of England are entitled to see how formal decisions are made within the NHS as to the provision of healthcare across the country. But secondly, to emphasise that we meet in public. It's not a public meeting. This is a formal business meeting of the board. But we also do our business in other ways. We spent yesterday, for example, in a series of informal development seminars with all members of the board, working through some quite complex issues which will become formal business of the board in the future. We had a good session about research and innovation, another session about changes to the European framework for competition law, and another session thinking about our business planning for the coming year. Secondly, after this meeting, we will resolve to go into private business in which we deal with confidential matters and with business that's still in the development stage. But I do insist that no matter goes on the private agenda of the board unless there is an explanation as to why it should not be conducted in public, and the presumption always is that public is where the true business of the board is undertaken. I would also like to mention that on the first 2 days of this week, on Monday and Tuesday, NHS England for the first time hosted the Expo 2014 around innovation. It was a fantastic event in Manchester. The figures of those who attended were in excess of 5,000. There was an range of events from plenary lectures to small group discussions to a pop-up university to stalls, and to those of us who are really privileged enough to attend it, a real sense of innovation and excitement within the NHS, and an appetite for change and for combining the forces of research, of innovation, and of the opportunities that this presents for creating change within the NHS and also jobs across the broader economy. And I'd like to pay particular tribute to Tim Kelsey and to his team for the exceptional effort that went into that, and to congratulate them on the success of the Expo. I would also this morning like to welcome Sir Cyril Chandler, who will join us at the table for part of the business when he will report from the Clinical Risk Committee. He's sitting with us in the front row of the meeting today. So much then for preliminary business. Let me then turn, please, to the formal opening of the meeting. I need first to invite any members of the board to declare any interest they may have in any matters on the agenda. Are there any declarations of interest? Okay, thank you very much.
Sorry, apologies, Chair, there is one turning point provides mental health services. And talk about the tariff.
Yes. Turning Point provides mental health services. Thank you. We note the declaration of interest. I have apologies for absence from Bill McCarthy, and papers that have been prepared under his name will be presented by his colleagues to this morning's meeting. And then to note that there is no fire alarm test due during the meeting. If the alarm does sound, then our colleagues will escort us all safely off the premises. Finally, I have 2 items of other business that I would like to bring in at the end of the meeting. And on that note, may we proceed, please, to the substantive business of the meeting. First, to take the minutes of the previous meeting, 24th of January. May I ask board members if they have any comments on the minutes? You're happy to accept them as an accurate record. Thank you. Any matters arising? I have none that have been drawn to my attention that are not elsewhere on the agenda. We have an action list detailing the status of each action, and we're satisfied that steps have been taken. Let me then turn to item 3. Pause, Tim.
Paul's just pointed out that we would indicate one change in the minutes, which is the misspelling of the word pseudonymisation.
Okay, thank you. That will be noted, and the amendment will be made to the minutes accordingly. Right, okay.